to the good of EFCLIN. And this year, the board has decided to grant the EFCLIN Laureate Award to a person you all, and I really say you all, will know very, very well, I'm sure. He was nominated by another well-known person. He was nominated by Robert McGregor. So please, Rob, come here to me, to the stage. And now you're keen to know about whom I'm speaking here, I think. And the awardee is John McGregor from Panama. So please, John, come here. And from all you, a warm applause as well. And the tush and the house. To Robert, to Bob, to Rob, and you. so, Rob. And now let's hear what Rob has to say to it.
It's Bob. Well, what a surprise, eh? No, seriously, it's a true honour to be up here in a position where you can not only put someone forward who's done so much for the industry, but a family member as well. And truly, it's a great honour to be here to do this tonight. The story starts back in 1986, where John was working with Smith & Nephew, working very hard in their polymer division, and the leadership of that particular company made the decision that there really was no future in materials in the industry because the moulded lens industry was starting and moving forward. Those of you that know John very well would realise that therein lied a fantastic opportunity. He dug deep in his pocket, found £200, a whole whopping £200, converted the shed, the garden shed, into the first laboratory for the company to be working from, and started off by finding the company Specialist Polymers back in 1986. After a year, he hooked up with his very first sidekick, Kevin McTeague, who, those of you who've been in the industry a long while will remember Kevin. Quite a character, and well, let's just say Consumate's always had this sort of drinking tradition ever since. So, it's not just Kevin, there's someone else to blame for that as well. But in 1987, actually Kevin suggested to John, well, Specialist Polymers may be quite a nice name, but what about renaming your company Consumac? And I remember my father saying to me, well, Consumac, I mean, what sort of name is that? And the reality is contact lenses, and Mac being John's nickname at the time. I know he didn't like it to begin with. I think he's begun to enjoy it a little more in recent years. From 1987, the company moved forward. We had a lot of new products added. Actually started out just by making the 38% HEMA, polymacon, for those of you that may know it. Actually still sold in pretty large quantities today. Still going strong. Amazing. Very soon, new products were added, more hydrogels, gas permeable materials started to come out from the company. And then one of the first big moves was to actually go out from the garden shed and actually start a business. So he moved to Great Dunmow, a small village only 10 miles from his family home, and set up a 2,000 square foot facility, rented that, and had a very, very small team of experts working within the business. Lovely, close-knit group of individuals. What I would say is John's vision never ever stayed just with materials. It's always been much more than that. He's always looked to provide a complete service to his customers. And I think, you know, from day one, and that's what we hold traditions true today. The customers always remain number one, and that's been driven from day one and John's reign from the business. In 1994 was really when the company started to gain some decent traction. And from 1994, that's when actually John made the decision that the company should join EFCLIN. So since that point, we've been part of the EFCLIN organisation. And I think you know that not only has John supported the fact that we sponsor the events every year, we invest in the events every year, we are actively engaged in the speeches, the speakers, and trying to make it as good as we can. What he's actually done behind the scenes as well is supported the individuals within the company to be part of the EFCLIN organisation. So actually, in his term, he's had 2 people that have actually served as president for EFCLIN, as well as other people that have served on the board during that time. 1996 soon came upon us, and that was a big break for the business. Not only did John make the decision we needed to move to a much bigger facility, actually 4 times the size as we were today. Half of that facility was reserved purely for drum kits and guitars and everything else for the frustrated musicians amongst us. But moreover, what it also saw was the introduction of the CI26 hydrophilic acrylic, which today has actually served more than tens of millions of replacement cataract surgery for the world, which is a significant achievement for the business. More awards followed. In 2008, the company was recognised for the Medical Design of Excellence Awards for its intraocular lens materials. 2012 saw the 25th anniversary of the business, which was a massive year for the company. Not only that, it was coupled with the Queen's Award for Export, which came in the business world, which was a significant achievement. That's the highest accolade you can get in the UK for a business. After that, we were independently recognised in the top 1,000 small to medium-sized enterprise companies within the UK. That's something that wasn't sought by John, but was actually granted through him. More awards followed. In 2016, granted the Queen's Award for Innovation. But back in 2015, after myself, Simon Wyatt, those of you may know, Rob Lewis, many of you may not know, but he's our operations director. After we'd served 20 years apprenticeship under John, he finally decided it was time to move aside and become chairman of the business and allow us to run the business. Big decision, I've got to tell you. I still get grief. So today, John, still very active in the business as chairman of Consmac. But what he actually does on the side of that is work for the Spectacle Makers Livery Company, which is a charity of the City of London. Actually, when he got involved with that charity, it was no surprise to me that they very quickly identified that actually you've got a very special individual here, and someone that moved up through the ranks. He's currently on the court of the charity, and he's rent warden. In 2 years' time, he will be master of that charity, which very few people get the privilege to be in that position. It's very clear that he takes pride in his time in investing back into the industry that has served him so well for so many years. John remains an integral part of the leadership of Consmac. He is a mentor, a friend, and a father figure to everyone involved with the business. He's an accomplished leader who has a relentless passion for the industry, the company, his people, and his customers. So on behalf of EFCLIN, I'd like Armin to come present John McGregor with the EFCLIN Laureate Award.
I'm going to kill him. Actually, no, Rob, you know, I'll pay you later. Firstly, I want to congratulate everybody here on a spectacular EFCLIN. This is the kind of EFCLIN that I've been waiting to see for years. Keep it going. Support it as much as you possibly can. Fantastic, Cheryl. Well done. As for the award, there are 2 words in that presentation that need comment. The first is lifetime achievement. It's the lifetime. Thank you for reminding me that after 39 years I can't live long. Normally it's just my staff that remind me of that. But the second word is Laureate. I understand this has only been awarded 4 times in the history of EFCLIN.
Wow.
That is incredibly special. Thank you very much indeed. I promise you it means an enormous amount to me. I would cherish it. Thank you all very much indeed.
Dear all, you have all deserved a dessert.